All right, this is the fourth demo or the fourth video for our mask project. What I've been doing is I've been playing around with ideas of how to create shapes on the mask. As you know from our last video, I added these pieces here, piece of cardboard, pieces from an egg carton, and so what I started doing is playing around. I want to build up and out shapes from the face, so it's now no longer just the face of the mask. So I played around with newspaper and masking tape, and that was sort of successful. But I then hit on the idea of using tin foil. So what I'm going to do is show you how I created these shapes that you see on the mask. Okay, so basically it's newspaper and tin foil, and I used my hot glue gun to glue them on there. So you all should have a hot glue gun in your kit. So what I'm going to do is tear off equal pieces of tin foil, because I'm going to make sort of a double chin. You'll see what I mean, like so. And I've also taken two pieces of a full sheet of newspaper and tore that in half. So I'm going to kind of crumble this up into a shape that I want to, this is the basic core of my shape that I'm going to make. And then I'm going to use tin foil. And I find tin foil is great because you can mold it around your piece of newspaper to create a shape. Now I can look at that. Is that big enough? Is that the shape I want? But what's nice, again, the tin foil will kind of, to keep that shape once you make it, right? So the idea here is I want to create a chin, or pieces coming off the chin, kind of like that, perhaps, like, I don't know. So I'm going to shape it, and again, that's what's nice about the tin foil, easy to shape. And there's one, and now I'm going to make another one. So again, I'll take equal parts of newspaper and tin foil, so these are as close to looking like each other as possible. And that's always the challenge when you're making two of something. So let's see. This piece, fold it up in the aluminum foil, like so. Now this is bigger and they're not the same size, so I can just take the tin foil and crush it. Make it smaller and more compact, and so to emulate the shape of this one. There we go. Not too bad. So what I want to do is I want to put it on my mask like this. And again, eventually I'm going to cover these with paper mache, but I want to create the shapes first. So when I do this, there we go. That's interesting. Now what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to hot glue these on there. So here's my hot glue gun. Now my hot glue gun's an old one and it's leaking a lot. So I got a lot of newspaper and stuff down anytime I use it, because I don't want to get hot glue all over the place. All right, there's one. Grab a hot glue stick. All right. Put some more hot glue in here. You could tape this on. I've done this where I tape it together, but I find the hot glue is easier to use, and as long as you have it, I would say let's use it, There we go. I'll position that, make sure it's in the right place. Hot glue, lots of hot glue. There we go. Put it on here and look at it. Make sure it's symmetrical, or similar to the other piece. That's always a challenge. And don't burn yourself with the hot glue. Woo, that tin foil, or aluminum foil I should say, gets hot against the hot glue, it gets kind of hot. There we go. Now again, what I'll do is I'll cover this with paper mache. Now that you've seen me do earlier, so I don't need to do it again, but I guess I want to show you how I'm creating shapes that I'm then adding to my mask. So with the cardboard at the top, egg cartons, and now shapes that you create with tin foil. But I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to keep building this up, and making this more interesting, building out more shapes. I'll probably add something to the nose. In fact, I might even do that now. Okay, so at least you can see how I've been creating, again, building out from the mask. So it's not just this mask you're working with, but there are, other, you kind of blossoming out from that. So, eventually you're going to have something unique and interesting. Okay, so there you go. That's just a basic, again, another tool you can use, another method or process you can use to build onto your mask. Okay, there you go.